Hey, what's going on, guys? So, here we are, back again, back in black. So today, just wanted to kick it with you guys, talk to you about the New Testament album that just came out, just hot off the press. Actually, Titans of Creation it's called. You guys probably know by now if you've heard it. There's not many albums that I look forward to coming out these days, but this one I've been waiting on. I've been waiting on a while, and just a little info. It was released April 3rd, 2020 on Nuclear Blast Records, recorded at Trident Studios in California. It was produced by Chuck Billy, Eric Peterson, Juan Ortega, and Andy Sneap, which is Andy Sneap, if you know him from Judas Priest. He just started playing live with those guys. I guess when Glenn Tipton, when he wasn't able to play anymore, they got Andy Sneap, who's a killer producer who's worked with everybody. On this album particularly, he did a lot of mixing and mastering and all that stuff, which is really cool. So yeah, they had an all-star cast there. And on this one, they entered the studio. They kind of wanted a game plan, like their last album that they did before this, Brotherhood of the Snake. They just went in, and didn't have any songs or any material. So this one was different in that way. When they went in, they already kind of had a game plan, and they wanted to do that so they could get the album out quicker, and not have to mess around. But they were gonna go in. I guess it was probably about a year or so after the Brotherhood of the Snake came out, maybe a year and a half or something like that, after the tour or Brotherhood tour ended. But they got sidetracked because they had Slayer asked them to be one of the opening bands for their farewell tour, and they couldn't really turn that down. So they took that and they did that, and then they entered the studio after all that ended. So after it was all said and done, it was probably about a couple years after Brotherhood. I can't really remember when Brotherhood actually. I know it was probably 2018 sometime when Brotherhood, it was maybe 17 or 18. But yeah, this album, it doesn't disappoint, man. It's got if you've seen the cover, the art is really good. It was done by a guy named Elron Cantor. I think that's how Elron Cantor. I think that's how you say his name. It's kind of like he's done a lot of stuff for other metal bands. Drew stuff. I think maybe Sodom and Iced Earth and all that. Those guys. But on this one, it's kind of like looks kind of like a Renaissance style painting, or drawing or whatever he did. And it's a guy like, you've probably seen it. It's probably it's like some Titan like dudes on there, and they're hammering. One's pouring liquid, and the others are hammering. And it's just a really cool, colorful cover. Real elemental looking to me. That's what I like about the drawing or the painting. It's really really elemental. You got the light, the soft blues, and then the orange. It just blends really good together for a really kick-ass cover. Production wise, man, it is really, really, really cool. It's got a good, rich sound, full, and yeah, you can't complain on that. When you crank it up, it sounds really good in headphones, really good everywhere else. Yeah, and one thing that I wanted to say about this album was really cool, that I really enjoyed, wanted to point out, is that it's real versatile, and in I guess tone or tempos. I guess that's the word I was looking for, tempo. It's real, you know, you got some songs that are like real kick-ass heavy, could have been on Brotherhood, could have been on Demonic or something. Then you got like some songs like, you know, for instance, City of Angels and Dream Deceiver. It could have been taken right off of The Ritual, which is a really good album. It's just good rockers, you know, not necessarily like, you know, heavy thrash, but it's got that element in it too. But it's just like it could be a classic rock song. And you know, Testament, man, they're just one of my favorite bands. They seem like they just get better and better, which is just amazing. The other thing I really liked about this too is it really showcases Steve DiGiorgio's bass really good. It's really clear. He does some really good licks in this, just really good solid bass, you know. It's amazing. Some of my favorite tracks, we'll go over some of those. Dream Deceiver was really one of my favorite tracks, and that's you know, it's real like melodic. The chorus is just great. It's just the killer interplay of guitar and the solo between Eric and Alex. It's really cool, and it's a song about, you know, a female entity, I guess, haunting, you know, or haunting somebody in their dreams or in the astral plane or whatever you want to call them. It's about that, and it's just a really good song. It's one of the more lighthearted ones, I think. You know, Night of the Witch is really kick-ass. It's a heavy song. It's a heavy tune. It's based on a horror movie, The Witch, New England Folktale. I think that was done by Robert Egger. Egger, I think that's how you say it. Egger. But yeah, that's a really kick-ass track too. It's just real heavy, and Chuck, he just belts the vocals to you, you know, and it just kicks you to nuts, man. That's what I love. And I love Chuck Billy's lyrics, man. He's always had great lyrics, man. Real, you know, that, you know, I still listen to Testament lyrics, man, and I love that. I really love that. That's Night of the Witch, I think, is going to be a staple, a concert staple, just like, you know, Apocalyptic City, maybe, or, you know, Disciples of the Watch, Native Blood. You know, it's going to be up there with those. Yeah, it's going to be a classic staple. Symptoms, that's another track I like. And that's one of the more serious songs. It was written by Alex Skolnick. And it's about just, you know, living with depression and mental illness and all that, and how most people hide it away. They don't really show it. And our society doesn't really do anything to dissuade that, you know, to encourage people to talk about it. And that's really crazy. It's really not right, you know. People should be able to talk about that, just like when, you know, they don't feel good physically. And it's one of the more serious songs, but it's got a kick-ass chorus. It's not a bring you down song, not at all, by any means. It's just a good song. And False Prophet, that was a kick-ass one that I like. And that's where you can hear Gene Hoglan being an atomic clock, you know, just pounding the hell out of the drums, you know, being, you know, just doing good shit with it, man. He's amazing. He's so awesome. He is super awesome on this album and everything I've ever heard him do. He's super awesome. Big Hoagland fan. Yeah, you know, this song I think's about just about falsely enlightened leaders, those guys that go around saying, oh, it's so enlightened and nothing can touch them. Give me your money. You know, they're so full of shit, you know. Testament's always kind of had a distaste for that kind of shit, those guys. And hell, who don't, man? Fuckers are crazy, you know. But then The Healers, that was one I loved, man. That describes like Chuck Billy's experience dealing with medicine men and how they helped him with a lot of ailments and health stuff, you know. The lyrics of that song is just so great. It's great, man. I gotta read one to you. It's like, the force of Mother Earth brings power and birth, the force of a feather as we battle together, the force of rebirth will make you one with Mother Earth. It's real spiritual, man, and you know, I love that kind of shit, man. With Testament, what they do, you know, when they do that thing, it's really good. My overall rating, you know, I'm going to have to go with a 5. I think it's a classic, you know. I think Testament knocked it out of the park. It's another classic, and I'm gonna go ahead and call this one album of the year for me. I mean, as far as I can tell, what's on the horizon coming out, I just really enjoyed this album, and Testament's just really, like, they're up there with my favorite bands. Definitely, definitely my top 20, if not top 10 bands. Love these guys. And my favorite track is between two. I can't really decide. Is either Dream Deceiver or The Healers. And yeah, those are the two that I keep going back to. I'd like to know if you guys have heard this. So what is your favorite track? So, and I was asking some other friends the other night about it, and you get all kinds of answers just because it's so versatile, you know. What are you guys' favorite tracks with this? I'd love to know that. I'm really interested in seeing what everybody thought, and you know, the different perspectives on it. And did you guys like it? Did you think it was as good as Brotherhood, or did you think it was as good as Dark Roots? You know, I think Dark Roots is also one of my favorites, and I think this is up there with it, if not better. If not, the wait, it was worth the wait for me, and I was really impressed with this and love it. And man, they just keep getting better, like I said. But yeah, so I guess that's about it for me this time. I'd like to know what you guys think, man. Let me know if you've heard it, what you think, and any other things you guys have got on your mind. I hope you're doing well, and until next time, keep on rocking.